Thank you very much, Chair, and greetings to everyone who's present here in this meeting. Chair, I'm highly disappointed on the report of the police today because the police came here in this meeting, Chair, to come and tell us that there's no rape case that they are investigating. The report that they just gave us here, it actually tells us that the police are no longer at this point in time investigating a rape case. They're investigating something else because the DNA tests that were done to the child, according to the report, tells us that there are no foreign DNAs. And that tells you that in the absence of the foreign DNAs, it means there's no case, according to this report, of rape. So the police just came here to tell us and to tell South Africans and to tell the family of Twekwe that Twekwe is not raped. Therefore, they are investigating something else, that which we do not know. Chair, we gather here today as members of parliament to receive report on one of the very disturbing issues, the issue of a rape case that has shocked the country and has indeed got everyone across the country to stand up and demand justice for Twekwe. The case of Twekwe is one amongst many that has and always happening across the country. Yet the police and the justice system of our country continue to fail the people of South Africa. It took the mother of the child and the social media activists to be vocal on all social media platforms in a quest to demand justice for Twekwe. Because both the Department of Education in the province of the Eastern Cape and the police have failed to deal with this matter accordingly. It took 6 months after the matter has happened or occurred or reported to receive the attention of these individuals as it deserves. The question is, Chair, how many cases of this nature that goes undercover and never receives attention of the authorities, while in actual fact they know of such cases, but they choose to do nothing about them? South Africans should know that the people that they've trusted them with the responsibility of taking care of them and also ensuring that they are safe in the environment where they found themselves are actually the ones involved in compromising their security. They are involved either direct or indirect, like in this case of Minister. Your department has failed the family of Kwekwe. You have failed the people of South Africa. The manner in which this case has been handled and is still being handled now, it leaves much to be desired of. The people of South Africa are on their own. Our kids, our girls, our boys and sisters are no longer safe in our schools today. A place where they are supposed to be much more safer. School kids are being raped every day, are being killed, are being kidnapped in and around our schools. Drugs are all over our schools, Minister. The school environment nowadays is weaponized. Nothing good is happening in our school. This case of Kwekwe has opened many of us our eyes to see that power is being misused to protect individuals' interest in our country. Chairperson, it is recorded that the brother of the president, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, by the name of Douglas Ramaphosa, is a board member of Kuro, the very same Kuro that Backview College falls under as subsidiary or their institution. The same school that has actually brought us here today together like this, Chair. We are dealing with mafias here, Chair. There is a deliberate undercover in this case to get the principal of the school, either or the school, to be exonerated of this case to protect the brother of the president, who is the board member of KUR. We come to this conclusion, Chair, simply because of the manner in which this case has been handled. It took the police more than 6 months to investigate this case and get the perpetrators arrested. Again, when now this matter is on the public domain, the Department of Basic Education in the province reactionary decided to deregister the school and later revoke the decision. While in actual fact, the department took this decision to put pressure to the principal of the school for him to go and take the DNA test. That is according to them. Yet when they revoked the decision, the principal of the school had not yet taken the test. Few days later, the minister of police was on record saying that the principal of the school has done the DNA test and the result does not match. A statement that had caused a mixed emotion amongst our people in the country. That was so very irresponsible from the minister. Later again, it was discovered that the minister was lying. The principal had not yet taken the test. When our people decided to exercise their rights by taking to the streets to demand justice for Kwekwe, power was misused again. Our people were confronted with a myriad of police and soldiers armed with rifles. The army was deployed to go and stop our people from demanding justice. Now everyone is denying the knowledge of deployment of soldiers. There's no way that soldiers can deploy themselves. In our country, it is only the president who can deploy soldiers. But today, nobody knows who deployed soldiers on that particular day. And again, we can tell South Africans that power is being misused to protect interest of Douglas Ramaphosa, who is a brother to the president of this country, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. The EFF is always ahead of times. And if for a second the people of South Africa can acknowledge and vote for the EFF to be in control or total control of state affairs, the better. On the 27th of August 2024, the EFF presented a motion in the National Assembly that highlighted the following. Note the crisis of the statutory rape, where young girls are forced into motherhood and adulthood prematurely. Further note that many victims are unaware that they are being violated. Realizes that teachers and nurses are aware of these violent crimes and yet fail to report this to the police. Acknowledge ineffective oversight by all responsible authorities on this issue. Mandates the Portfolio Committee of the Social Development, Basic Education, Health, Justice and Police to confer with each other on the development of a joint public participation program to receive submissions on this matter, to review the legislations and, if necessary, recommend amendments to enforce mandatory reporting of the statutory rape by the teachers and nurses. The EFF on its motion further indicated that the report on these issues that it raised must be brought to the House or to Parliament by the 31st of March 2025. Today is the 15th of April, Chair. No report has been forthcoming. We have a government that is not responsive to issues, but rather reactionary all the time. All of you here today before us, you must hang your heads on shame. You have failed our parents. You have failed our mothers. We have failed our sisters. Yes, we have failed dismally, failed the young girls and boys and also the family of Kwekwe. The family of Kwekwe is crying here today and you have failed them dismally. Even the community at large, you have failed them. Chair, the EFF calls for an inquest of all authorities on these issues of child rape and sexual assault in the basic education sector. I submit, Chair.